This evening, suspension of ferry to Suriname worries travelers. City Hall to crack down on errant vendors. Lack of home occupancy worries the CHNPA. In the region, in Jamaica, fire leaves 60 persons homeless. And internationally, AP News brings you the top U.S. headlines of the day.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Thursday, January 4th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. We are 2 days away from the suspension of the MV Kanawaima ferry service, and neither Suriname nor Guyana is offering any legal alternative across the Quarantine River. Wendell Jeffrey reports from the legal gray area known as the backtrack to Suriname.
An elderly woman is hoisted over some boulders to a waiting boat on the Suriname side of the Quarantine River. Folks arrive on the Suriname side of the river. Of the 10 or 12 passengers, only 2 are wearing life vests. Notice as one of the boats is being loaded, there are no life vests in the boat, even if the passengers wish one. Watch as the boat departs for Guyana, fully loaded with 11 passengers and the captain, yet no one has on a life vest. This is a disaster waiting to happen, and that's because this form of travel between Guyana and Suriname is unregulated. Unfortunately, this risky situation may soon worsen over the next few days. George, the Kamawambia provides the transportation, the ferry transportation between Suriname and Guyana, and has been doing it for many years. However, it is experiencing some mechanical problems and it's in need of some other maintenance work. And so from the 6th to the 15th of January 2018, the service will not be provided. The ferry service from the Kamawambia will not be provided between Suriname and Guyana. And the management is asking that commuters take note of that. You'll either have to fly into Suriname or maybe use the backtrack route. Officials from both the Maritime and the Transport and Harbour departments say that no contingent will be put in place during the suspension of the ferry service. An official divulged that a rope got caught in the propeller and damaged the foot of the MV Kanawaima, and since October last, it has been costing the operation some $50,000 a day to rent a tug to pull the ferry. As you can see right over my shoulder, a tug is pulling the Kamawambia at this moment. Both engines on the ferry are running. However, I'm told unofficially that the engines are not operating at full capacity and is there mostly for guidance, while the tug bears the brunt of moving the ferry along. The Kamawaima will be docked in Paramaribo, Suriname, and 2 Guyanese engineers will assist with the repairs. In times past, the Sandraka or the Makika, 2 other government-owned boats, were used when the Kamawaima was out of service, but this will not happen this time. There is a makeshift customs and immigration set up at the backtrack, but the mostly unregulated operations will soon become significantly more chaotic over the next few days, when the backtrackers' numbers may increase by 300 or 400 travelers a day. So reporting on the Quarantine River in between Guyana and Suriname for Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The Demerara Harbor Bridge Corporation advises commuters that the bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Saturday, the 6th of January 2018 for 4 hours, from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. for emergency works. Esther Sobers tells us that Georgetown Mayor and City Council is preparing to crack down on errant vendors. To do this, they will be conducting a special registration exercise for all licensed vendors at City Hall.
The registration exercise is scheduled to commence from January 7, 2018 to February 7, 2018 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. According to the Mayor and City Council Public Relations Officer, Deborah Lewis, the process will give them an accurate picture of the vending in Georgetown.
It's annual, right? It's conducted at City Hall. It is consistent with the Municipal and District Councils Act. Vendors would coming, they walk with their identification cards, 2 passport size picture, and a registration fee of $3,000. The main purpose is so that we can have a controlled environment because, from time to time the vending population can spiral, It's control.
This system will allow the council to monitor the operations of over 300 vendors who are currently plying their trade and to provide an enabling environment for growth and development of those businesses. This enabling environment means having strict control over the number of vendors in Georgetown.
We don't want new vendors because you see the congestion, too, in terms of mobility. And so, as a control mechanism.
In order to enforce this, City Hall has employed the use of city wardens. While some may find the process to be a hassle, Lewis says it will allow the MNCC to offer additional service to compliant vendors.
We remember the Excellency said that, the vendors should have a roof over their heads. And we're looking at that closely, whether we'll go public-private partnership. In the event of that, we can look at our registration. We can look at our list and say, well, yes, we know John Jones vend here at Rob Street, right? And therefore, you were entitled to placement.
During his annual walkabout, President Granger charged the Mayor and City Council to create a strategic plan to improve the state of vending in Georgetown. Licensing and registration is intended to help them fulfill this charge. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away. We have more news for you after the break. For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
This is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Welcome back. The east coast of the United States is currently experiencing one of the strongest winter storms in modern history. Blizzard warnings extend from the Virginia Tidewater region up the coast to eastern Maine. These areas can expect or are already witnessing snowfall rates of up to 3 inches an hour, thunder snow, and wind gusts of 50 to 80 miles per hour. The dangerous storm has prompted Caribbean Airlines to cancel today's flights in and out of John F. Kennedy International Airport. Affected customers traveling to and from New York during the period of January 4th to the 6th will be permitted to change or cancel their reservations without penalty for passengers with a confirmed ticket issued before January 4th. Customers are advised to visit Caribbean-Airlines.com and check their flight status before going to the airport, or call Caribbean Airlines for further details. A national land policy survey will be conducted during the course of this year. This, according to Trevor Benn, the Commissioner of the Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission. He said that the Commission has a draft policy that will be distributed to stakeholders. Mr. Benn said that various stakeholders will have the draft in 2018 so that he could get a feedback from all concerned in relation to what the land policy should look like. The intention is to effectively identify where the best lands for agriculture, mining, and conservation can be found. The project is being funded by the Guyana Red Plus Investment Fund at a cost of $14.8 million. Apart from the countryside consultations, Ben said the policy will also take into consideration recommendations from the Land Commission of Inquiry that was recently commissioned by President David Granger. The Guyana Lands and Survey is targeting the end of 2018 to complete the national land policy. However, Ben said the commission will be open to additional input over the course of the 4-year management project. The Ministry of Communities is concerned by the large number of unoccupied allotted house lots in schemes where billions were spent on developing the infrastructure of the communities. Esther Sobers has more.
Minister of Communities Ronald Bolkan explained that an evaluation of house lots allocations dating back to the year 2000 led to the shift in the housing policy. The minister and the Central Housing and Planning Authority decided to scale back on the allocation of house lots, opting instead to build housing units available for immediate occupancy. The numbers are troubling. From a total of 4,927 interviews conducted in 2017, the CHMPH only issued 1,131 house lots within Region 4, accounting for the majority of 3,122 interviews and 513 allocations. Between 2000 and 2015, from approximately a total of 66,000 house lots allocated, some 28,000 or 40% remain unoccupied. During 2011 and 2015, 38 new schemes were developed, which made available 20,000 house lots. He said the ministry was confronted with over 80% of those lots remaining unoccupied. The minister suggests this trend is indicative of a deeper problem within the sector. A lack of access to disposable income. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Still ahead, we have our regional news, our international news, and your 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating. Welcome back. We now take a look at the region. In Trinidad and Tobago, last year the Twin Island Republic recorded its lowest road fatality figure in over 2 decades. 117 persons died on Trinidad's roads last year. Acting Assistant Superintendent of Police Kasoon Badlu said yesterday, quote, "The country has managed to reduce this figure by 50%, which is to be commended. The TTPS wishes to thank all road users for the continued call to be more vigilant, responsible, and cautious when using the nation's roadways." St. Lucia has a new Governor General. Prime Minister Alan Chastanet announced that Queen Elizabeth II approved the appointment of Mr. Emmanuel Neville Senac as the new Governor General of St. Lucia effective the 1st of January 2018. Senac previously served as a parliamentarian, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and President of the Senate of St. Lucia. And in Jamaica, a massive fire on New Year's Day leaves over 60 persons homeless. TVJ News reports.
We begin this evening with a New Year tragedy. A senior citizen is dead and about 60 people homeless after a massive fire engulfed an apartment building in the Rockfort area of East Kingston. 6 people, including children, also suffered major injuries and are now in hospital. TVJ's Kalisha Williams has the tale of triumph, bravery and sorrow.
It's not the start to the new year these people on Slipdock Road in Kingston were expecting.
I can't tell nobody Happy New Year. Nobody text me Happy New Year. I don't need that. I look for say prosperity, but it's a disaster.
Waking up to a fire blazing through this 4-story apartment building around 4 o'clock Monday morning. Heroics were on display. At least 60 people had to run for their lives.
I just thump up my window and jump through. Me and my friend in there, I just jump through. Peter Gate jump.
I'm say fire, fire, fire. I'm take up seat here. I don't have nothing more.
We lose everything. My nephew and baby mother and father, everybody, we lose everything.
A good Samaritan in the form of Amuniki Brown says he was in the area when he noticed that the building was on fire. Without hesitation, he and his friend sprung into action.
Well, we climbed the wall and try up on the 3rd floor because the gate is locked. So me and my friend try break the glass and try take them out by handing down.
It was especially difficult for those residents on the 4th floor, some of whom suffered broken bones jumping through the windows.
One pregnant girl jump off because she saw a baby and she have a throat her daughter, that little girl in the hospital. One of them like she break her foot, one like she knock out. When I see the fire, the news that come back with the pit them dead in America, the 4 pit them like that just come and I say, God, the only way me go get through yes, so me for come through the window. I say a light wire.
But 84-year-old Corinne Morrison, who was bedridden, was not so lucky.
I'm just sorry, them couldn't really save her. She really have to lose her life like that in a fire.
One of the occupants, Akila, described how she managed to escape with her 3 children, including a toddler.
I'm climb up, push my body through the window, hold on, and the window jam. Put out when I'm a baby. When I hand the baby to the youth, the baby drop out time and our next youth catch him back. I have to take out my next daughter and then make my big daughter come down, and then eventually I just one youth send a ladder, I'm come down on the ladder and come down to me reach down at the bottom.
Residents say they will forever be grateful to the unsung heroes who helped most of the occupants escape serious injuries.
Well, after really seeing that, really feeling traumatized after seeing that baby drop in front so far, I never know in the dark could really see myself catching that baby. So I really see myself as a good person helping other people's them.
I know here say I don't want nobody lose anybody else it and thing. But only thing most people see, only thing we just couldn't get through with the old lady. That's the only sad part of it.
Kalisha Williams, TVJ News.
Meanwhile, Town Clerk Robert Hill says the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation is investigating the cause of the fire. He was unable to state if the developer of the apartment building breached any regulations. Mr. Hill stressed that the main focus at this time is the welfare of affected residents.
And internationally, the Associated Press brings us the top headlines from the United States.
is AP News Minute. The huge snowstorm moving up the East Coast is expected to drop at least 8 inches of snow in Boston and 6 inches around New York City. The storm grounded flights, closed schools, and made roads dangerous from Florida to the Northeast. Japan's prime minister says he'll work with the U.S. and South Korea to pressure North Korea over its nuclear program. Shinzo Abe says that North Korea should change its policies and help its people. The White House is threatening legal action against former Trump strategist Steve Bannon. Trump says Bannon lost his mind after Bannon, in a book, said Trump didn't understand the importance of being president. Former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort filed a lawsuit against special counsel Robert Mueller. Manafort claims prosecutors overstepped their bounds when they indicted him on charges not connected to the Russia investigation. Shirley Smith, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
And now for your 7-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 headline news for this Thursday. And that's Channel 2 headline news for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 headline news on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast. And Friday. Sorry. I'm doing perfect till I get to the part that I know by heart. Anyway. And that's Channel 2 headline news for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 headline news on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Friday evening at 6 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.